Hello and welcome to RV Advisors All Things RV podcast. I am your host, Kathy Conrad. I've been enjoying the RV lifestyle for 5 years, and I love helping new RVers realize their RV dreams. This podcast is about RV education, resources, adventures, and the amazing people who love RVing. It is also about discovering the freedom RVers experience, the connection with nature we are all so grateful for, and how RVing enriches our lives. On this podcast, you can expect us to talk about all things RV, including the good stuff, the challenging stuff, and everything in between. So, join us weekly and enjoy the lineup of guests we have in store for you. Hey friend, are you ready to get your RV party started and accelerate your RV learning experience? Click the link below to obtain details and pricing on my 8-week program. I am offering my podcast listeners up to 20% off if you purchase in the month of May. Don't miss this opportunity to have 8 90-minute one-on-one sessions with me loaded with great information to help you navigate the path to hitting the road with confidence in your new RV. I can't wait to work with you and help you to create the best RVing experience possible. Hey friend! If you are considering the RV life, whether a weekend warrior or maybe you're even thinking about full-time RV life, but you haven't decided yet even what type of RV is going to meet your camping and travel needs, then this podcast is for you. Today, I want to go over the different types of RVs that are available out there, and there's about 8 of them. And each one has its own, advantages and amenities and things like that, which gives you a lot of choices, different shapes, different floor plans within each of those 8 different types. So let's start with the drivable options. So there's 3 of those. There's the Class A, Class B, and Class C. The Class A motorhomes are the largest and most luxurious RVs, and they resemble buses in appearance. Those are the ones you see that can be really, really quite large and very, very beautiful on the inside and the outside. They can also tow a car or a trailer if you're living full-time, or even if you're traveling a lot. You might want to have the ability to tow your car so that when you park your motorhome, you can have a way to drive around and sightsee and that sort of thing, and that would go for the Class C as well. So the Class A typically features, a really spacious interior with multiple slide outs. It's got a full kitchen, sometimes a bathroom and a full bath and a half bath, and a living area in addition to the kitchen. And they usually have a washer and dryer, and they are really suitable for long trips and full-time living. And so they come in different floor plans. Some even have bunk beds, and like I said, some even have a extra half bath. And those big comfy captain chairs in the front that for the driver and the passenger, those also turn and become part of the living area furniture as well. The next on my list is Class B motorhomes or camper vans. And these are the smaller and much more compact and are built on a van chassis. And despite their smaller size, they still offer the basic amenities, such as usually they'll have like a bed in the back, a small kitchen, and what's called a wet bath, where when you're standing in the shower, taking a shower, the toilet is right there and the sink is right there. There's not room for, having a separate shower area from the toilet and the sink. So it's called a wet bath. But at least, you can still shower, and it's just, you have that ability. It's just not super spacious. And they're really popular. Camper vans are popular because they're small and have a lot of maneuverability and versatility, and they're suitable, for both short and long trips, just depending on how important a more spacious area is to you. I think these are just great for you because you can park, they're so much smaller. You really can park just about anywhere, and they're easy to set up and take down. There's not typically slides. They're a van, so they don't have a slide, but they're super easy. You can still take them exploring, unlike if you have a really large trailer, fifth wheel, or you're driving a Class A motorhome. You're not going to do your sightseeing in the Class A. You're going to be towing the vehicle in order to be able to do that. And then, there's a van life is a whole thing in itself. There's a lot of people who, those adventure travelers who travel full time in a van and do all their sightseeing, and it's very compact, very easy to get around in those. So they have their place, and a lot of people really love traveling in one of those. The Class C motorhomes are kind of between a Class A and a Class B. They're built typically on a truck chassis or a van chassis with an attached cab over section over the driving area, and that's usually a bed up there. They usually also may have a bed in the back as well. So that cab over area, in addition to being a sleeping area, if you're not using it for that, it's a pretty versatile space. So you could actually use that for storage. You could use it, I've seen people have an herb garden up there. I've seen people who have a special setup for their cats up there. It's just it's like a bunk bed, rigs that have bunk beds. They can also serve as, storage space. So it's pretty handy. They also, have a kitchen and a living area, and usually a bathroom, not necessarily the wet bath, but they have a regular bathroom. So they're pretty, and especially if they have slides, they're pretty spacious. And they also come in, a variety of sizes and floor plans, and also have towing capacity in case you want to tow a car that you can take out for your adventuring when you get to where you're parked. But they have, a good variety of sizes and amenities and affordability. Those are a pretty popular way to travel as well. And then let's move on to the towables. And you've got a few options with those. Travel trailers are towable, but you tow from, they're called a bumper pull. So your hitch is installed at the back of the truck. Or, small travel trailers you also could pull with an SUV. So it's a tow behind. And they come in lots of different sizes and floor plans, different amenities, ranging from, like a compact teardrop trailer to a very long, large pull behind. And they offer, quite a bit of flexibility, and based on the size, it's, gives you the ability to tow with different types of tow vehicles, trucks, SUVs, heavier vans, that sort of thing. And they include, the regular amenities, a kitchen, living area, bathroom, sleeping area. And the smaller ones might be all in one open area rather than a separate bedroom. It could maybe open to the kitchen and living area. And they come in lots of different sizes and models, floor plans. They're a pretty economical way to go. I would say that one of the downsides of them, say for full-time living, is that they don't have all the storage space on the outside that a motorhome or a fifth wheel has. Usually there's like just the one pass-through storage, which is at the front of the travel trailer. So that's always a consideration to keep in mind depending on the style of travel you plan on doing. Fifth wheel trailers are similar to travel trailers in that they're towables, but this towable type is designed to be, the hitch is in the bed of the truck rather than at the back. So you have that bigger area that actually extends over the pickup. And they offer more living space and amenities compared to a conventional travel trailer, including multiple slide outs, much more spacious interior, a lot more storage on the outside, a lot more storage bays. And they also frequently have washer dryer hookups, so you can add a washer dryer to them after you have purchased them. Some of them might come with a washer dryer, and it may be a combo or two separate ones, but RV washer and dryers are smaller than a residential, because space and weight is always a consideration, so they're specially made for RVs. So the fifth wheels often typically have the hookups for those, but they don't typically come with the washer dryer like a Class A motorhome might come with one. So, but different configurations. There may be lofts, there may be a second bedroom and bath in a fifth wheel, there may be a bunk, a mid bunk that can also double as an office. Lots of different sizes and floor plans and amenities and options with a fifth wheel trailer. And they are typically full-time living. Fifth wheel trailers and motorhomes, Class A motorhomes, are the top choices for full-time living. The other option is a toy hauler. So a toy hauler is and actually I've seen a toy hauler in a Class A motorhome. You don't see a lot of them, but I've seen a few of them, and they have the drop-down ramp for loading up ATVs or motorcycles or e-bikes or whatever toys you want to be taking with you. So I've seen that in the Class A. Typically they're probably the most popular are fifth wheel toy haulers, but there are also pull behind toy haulers. So you have that living space. It's going to be a little smaller to accommodate the garage in the back, but that space in and of itself offers some versatility. So you can haul your toys, and also there's sleeping space usually in the garage, and they're beds that go up and down. I've also seen it's a versatile space in that you can convert it to not even use it as a toy hauler, but you've got that back deck, the ramp that also converts into a deck with a fence around it. So you have this big outdoor patio space, which is really cool. I've seen them also have decks that open up on the side, which in a campsite you may or may not be able to open if they're close together, but it's still a great option. And I've seen people convert them into an office if they're full-time traveling and working from the road. The toy hauler garage really is a super versatile space. I've seen them, convert them into just 4 bedrooms, sleeping, So that's a great option. So the tow behind toy haulers, kind of the same thing, just smaller. And they have, the garage space in the back with a ramp for loading. So those are not quite as big as your fifth wheel toy haulers. So number 7 is pop-up campers. So those are the ones that you might see that are being pulled by, a small SUV, lighter weight vehicles. They're small and compact, and they collapse down into just like this box that you're hauling. But that pops up, and the bed sleeping space pops out, and they're really, really pretty cool if you want to go a super economical way. And they typically have, quite a bit of sleeping space, because usually there's more than one pop out that is a bed that pops out. They have a very basic small kitchen and sometimes a toilet, and they're an affordable option for more casual camping. They're not designed for full-time and maybe more rustic camping. They're small, so they're easy to haul. They can go in smaller spaces, and they offer, a lot of them have king-size beds. We rented one time at a campsite before we bought an RV. It was pretty cool. And they come, in a lot of different sizes. I've seen some pretty big ones as well. They're not built for really cold camping, so they have their limitations, but certainly are a viable option. And then the last option that we're looking at today are truck campers. And those are designed to fit in the bed of the truck. They offer sleeping space, a small kitchen, and sometimes a real small wet bath, like what we talked about earlier in the Class B vans. And they are really popular for adventure travelers, just like the Class B van. They can go in just about any space. They are they've come a long in that now they even have the truck campers with pop-outs, with slide-outs, with awnings, so you can but you really do. Those are heavy. They offer the tanks, because you have a bathroom and you have a freshwater tank, you have a gray tank, you have a black tank, so that all those liquids are, heavy and weight. So you really have to have, in those bigger truck campers, a full-size 1-ton truck with dually even, because they're really quite heavy. But they just are very maneuverable and a great way to go, because you can camp just about anywhere in those. So that kind of wraps up each type of unique combination of features, amenities, advantages, allowing you to pick the type of RV that best suits your travel style, your budget. So I really recommend that, people go to a large RV show that features multiple dealerships and manufacturers. And in that one place, you can see just about, everything that's available. There's so many different options, and I think it's really worth your time to do your research and really look into each type and see what type of camping style they are best suited to, so that you make an educated decision and buy the right rig for you the first time. And that doesn't mean that down the road your camping style might not change, and you'll decide to move on to your second RV, third RV. Some people over time have had many different types. So good luck with your search, and have a great time learning and exploring what all your options are. This is a little add-on segment because I forgot one of the coolest RVs. So we have actually 9 choices, and that's a Super C RV, also known as a Super Class C motorhome. And these are a type of RV that combines the features of a Class C motorhome with some of the characteristics of a Class A motorhome. And they typically feature that cab-over design that you would see in a traditional Class C, but they're built on a heavy-duty truck chassis, or often a commercial truck chassis like a Freightliner, instead of a standard truck or van chassis. So these RVs are known for their larger size, increased towing capacity, and enhanced amenities compared to the traditional Class C models. Super Cs offer more living space, higher towing capacities, and a greater cargo carrying capability, making them a popular choice for those who want to travel long distances or carry heavy loads while still enjoying the comforts of home on the road. And these Super Cs come in a range of floor plans and features to suit different preferences and needs, from luxury models with really high-end amenities to the more basic models that are designed for practicality and affordability. So this is another great option to consider when choosing what type of RV will meet your camping style. Thank you so much for tuning in today to RV Advisors All Things RV podcast. Please join us again next week for more RV education, resources, adventures, and interesting people. Until then, wishing you amazing adventures, safe travels, and I hope to see you on the road.